Hi, so in this video we're going to look at comparison operators in JavaScript. JavaScript provides us with a set of operators called comparison operators. Comparison operators let us compare values and it will return a boolean, so true or false. The first set of these operators we're going to look at are greater than, which checks if a value is greater than something, less than, which checks if a value is less than something, and then we have greater than or equal, which checks if a value is greater than or it is equal to something, and less than or equal, which checks if a value is less than or equal to something. So if we were making a program that was based on supermarket stock, we might encounter a situation where we only want the user to be able to place an order if we had bananas in stock. To do this, we would want to check that the number of bananas available was greater than 0. This would be an example of using the greater than operator. Later, we may then want to limit the amount of bananas a customer is able to order in one go to 5, just so we can ensure the order system was fair. In this case, we would want to check that the order count of bananas was less than or equal to 5, and this would be an example of using the less than or equal to operator. So we'll start with a simple example of using the greater than operator. We'll check if 1 is less than 2. We get true. Now we move on and check whether 1 is greater than 2. We get false. Let's do an example with the less than or equal to operator. We'll check if 5 is less than or it is equal to 5. We get true because 5 is equal to 5. The next set of comparison operators let us check whether a value is equal to another value and return a boolean based on whether or not this is the case. These operators consist of the following: the equality operator, sometimes called loose equality, the inequality operator, sometimes called loose inequality, and then we have strict equality and strict inequality. In JavaScript, we have what is called loose equality and also strict equality. When we use the loose equality operator, JavaScript performs what is called type coercion. So type coercion is the automatic conversion of one data type to another data type. If we wanted to compare the integer 0 to a string containing 0, the comparison using loose equality would return true. This is because the string 0 will be coerced to the integer type, and then the comparison performed would be the number 0 compared with the number 0. On the other hand, if we perform the same comparison, but using the strict equality operator, the return value would be false, because the strict equality operator does not perform any type coercion. So let's start by trying out the equality operator. We will compare the integer 5 with the string 5. As you can see, we get true, because the string 5 is coerced to the integer type before the comparison is performed. Now let's try this again, but we'll compare the integer 5 to the string 6. These are not equal, so we get false. Let's try this again, but we'll use the inequality operator. We get true, because the inequality operator checks to see that the values are not equal to one another. So lastly, we will look at the strict equality operator. We will compare the integer 10 to the integer 10. These values are both the same, so we get true. Let's try changing this a bit, and we'll compare the integer 10 to the string 10. This time we get false, and this is because we are using the strict equality operator, and therefore this time the string will not be coerced. However, if we check that these values are not equal using the strict inequality operator, we get true, because they are not from the same data type. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more content.